Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Eternal Flames. This is Blaze speaking, and we're gonna do ourselves a basic tank. Now, if you notice, I've already got kind of a base build up. Essentially, we have a giant double set of squares here, right? What we're going to do is we need to way down the bottom, obviously, and we're going to kind of build up about 2-3 layers higher to more or less build ourselves an actual tank style of vehicle. Now, first things first, you want to build this out of frame, out of heavy stuff. Essentially, you want to start with this eye. Now, this eye is approximately 7 blocks long, okay, if you go from tip to tail, and 3 blocks of these, basic heavy squares, alright? From there, you can add a couple of triangles or whatever, but essentially what you want to do is you want to go about, give or take 9 blocks sideways, more or less just to give room for your wheels. Now, where are our wheels going? Well, we're actually going to take them and we're going to put them right on the inside. Now, hopefully we've got enough room here. Let's take our steering wheels. Yep, there we go. Now, granted, your steering is not going to be the greatest with this setup. You could actually lengthen this if you want to, but once again, we're kind of going for basics. We're trying to get an idea of something that's going to hold against enemy fire. Next up, we want to put down our first layer. Our first layer is generally always going to start with a rounded outside. The reason being is because if we decide we're going to get flipped over or something bad happens, it'll allow us to kind of roll. Generally, the heavier weight will kind of push you down and go from there. Once again, this tutorial is built around the idea of people who don't exactly have a lot to work with, so we're going to leave out, rectifiers and stuff like that, though highly recommended to have those at some point or another. Anyways, there we go. So, now we've got ourselves a basic outside, right? If you notice, we can't exactly put blocks on these wheels, so we want to put them just a couple triangles pointing a little bit down to kind of give us that flat space that we enjoy and love, right? And we're just going to kind of mimic this idea all the way around up until we get to here, and in these corners you've got these little corner blocks. Now if you notice, those don't fit. Okay, why don't they fit? Not completely sure, because technically it looks like it should, but whatever the case may be, for some reason they don't fit, so go ahead and just put some triangles in those areas. If you notice, I've already done that on these, other sides, so keep that in mind and work from there. Now, essentially we're going to put our seat back here, so we're going to leave a space right here. Do not let your back fall to the enemy. They will gun for this. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and reinforce our chair right now. Now, we want this 3 tall because that's how high our character is. And we're going to really just pin him in there. Okay, now that we've got that, we're going to go 1 block higher. Okay. There we go. And essentially we're going to kind of seal him in there. Now if you notice, I left kind of a space there. You are welcome to fill in the space, but I like to leave a little bit of a gap right here in between my chair and the walls, only because we more or less want to save on CPU. Because if you notice, we're already punching 206 on CPU. I'm level 43. I've got plenty of blocks to kind of work with. You, on the other hand, may not be so lucky. So keep that in mind. Also keep in mind, white blocks are free. So if you really want, you're welcome to just kind of stock up on those bad boys. Anyways, we'll go ahead and continue to put down stuff. Now, if you notice, our guy completely encased. I mean, he is about as safe as you're gonna get in this kind of game. And we'll go ahead and stick this right here. So it goes up one more. And bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. Right? Right. Alright. So, now our character is completely encased. You got this big, clunky ass tank. It's kind of dinky. You're welcome to elongate it or stretch it. But this is kind of working off basic blocks. Now comes the fun part. Guns. Now, you can use anything from grenade launchers, right, to whatever, but in the idea that this is for the basic player, we'll stick some SMGs here. We can stick 3 front mounts, right? Now, these front mounts are definitely going to help you when taking on the opponent head on, but, of course, we gotta get some top mounts in here because, hey, it's just not a tank unless we got enough firepower to take down a small army, right? So, we gotta stick enough firepower on here to make anybody cry for their mother every time they see us. We're even gonna stick one on our head. Look at that. Head turret. I gotta buy a new one. I'm perfectly okay with doing that. There we go. And head turret. Now, if you notice, we haven't even pushed into tier 2. And we are somehow still managing to keep everything going. Our wheels are safe. We're encased in this glorious, magnificent chassis of hatred. I mean, we're pretty good to go, aren't we? Feel free to fill in the blanks. You can extend the model if you want. And keep in mind that this is designed for people who don't exactly have what one would consider the largest amount of parts. Now, once again, feel free to augment this. If you like the basic design and you actually want to see more of them, feel free to give us a like, possibly a comment, or, you know, any of that fun stuff. In the meantime, I think we're gonna see if this one wants to work properly. Go into practice, and we're not too heavy. Look at that. Rolling around like a champ. Now, if you notice, driving's a little bit weird, but look at that. Why aren't you going, son? Why aren't you... Oh. Are they even loaded in yet? There we go. Basic tank for a basic player. Take care, everybody. Stay safe. And just remember, no matter what anybody says, no matter what anybody does, tanks are awesome. Peace out.